Josh Allen got the bum hand, had it wrapped in practice this week, but of course he's going to be able to go. Anytime touchdown is at a minus 115 right now at BetMGM. Horvat, what is your confidence of cash?
So I'll go with a 4 out of 5 here, and I'm going to actually take, yes, on the anytime touchdown for Josh Allen, a.k.a. the Dolphins killer, 11-2 in his career. Also, 13 career games against Miami, 36 touchdown passes, multiple passing touchdowns in every game, so I also think he's going to get it done through the air. Has another 5 rushing touchdowns. He's thrown for over 300 yards in 5 straight, but I think it's going to be his legs a lot this season. I don't think the offense is going to be as explosive without Diggs and without Gabe Davis. They're still trying to figure out who wide receiver number 1 is. Hopefully they get Dalton Kincaid more than one reception, but Josh Allen's going to use his legs, man. He's never going to stop, right? I know that they want him to stay in the pocket more. You want him to slide. You want him to get out of bounds. That's not him. He's a football player, which is why he's dealing with an injured hand right now, unfortunately, but I like him to get in the end zone against Miami.
Yeah, mine's a 5 out of 5. I think it's going to happen, man. Yeah. I'm loving it. In fact, I already wagered on it. The little SGP at BetMGM this morning. I took Legney Maruno, Josh Allen to get that anytime touchdown, and Josh Allen to get 25 or more rush yards. Correlate, synergize, and bring it all together. Believe it or not, plus 160. Yeah, I got seduced immediately by that juice when I built that parlay this morning. Laid back with my mind and my money and my money on my mind. That's right, Snoop. Josh Allen, I think, is going to find the end zone. Betalytics gives him a 49.57% chance to do exactly that. Miami, number 27 to rush EPAD after 1 week of action. Week 1 against Arizona, Josh Allen, 9 carries, 39 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. 5 of those 9 carries came inside the red zone. RPO play is calling his own number, lines up in shotgun, just reads, recognizes, and takes off with the legs. I think he's going to do that tomorrow night. Scored in one of the 2 games against the Fins last year. I think it's going to be more of the same in the first matchup here in 2024. All right, moving on. Let's go with a Bobby Flay of running backs, and that is James Cook. The line is over under 2.5 receptions at a minus 135. If you're betting the over, Horvat, what is your confidence of cash?
I'm going to bet the over with you, and if you are going to bet the over, and I'll give a 5 out of 5 here. I love Cook in this matchup, man. Now, I like the rushing and receiving a little bit more, but let's go with the receptions. I think he catches at least 3 balls. Last week, week 1, handled 78% of their backfield touches, actually. In Miami, I think this is a good matchup. On the ground through the year, they gave up 4.9 yards per carry to running backs week 1, which was 27, and they were 24th in yards before first contact as well. So I think he's going to get it done on the ground, but also, like I said, I don't expect this offense to be as explosive this season, even with Josh Allen behind center. So I could see this number clearing in the first half. I love this. This is a 5 out of 5 for me.
Oh, man, the sweat could vanish by halftime. That'd be tremendous. I would love that because I went pretty heavy. You know what? I'm with you. 5 out of 5, which means Daddy won, Daddy need, Daddy gotta have it. Give me Peter Gabriel, baby. Give it to me.
Yeah.
That's how confident I am, man. Another sledgehammer coming out on James Cook on that over 2.5 receptions. He had the 3 catches for 32 yards in week 1, ran a healthy 12 routes against the Arizona Cardinals, 13% of the team target share. Here's the reason why I really like this. Miami's secondary is talented. Outside of Kadir Kohu, who's their primary slot guy, but on the wings with Kendall Fuller and Jalen Ramsey, those guys are going to be able to shut down the perimeter receivers of the Buffalo Bills, which could leave the middle wide open. We love Dalton Kincaid. We have already said that. And I think Cook's going to be busy as a receiver. It wasn't just dump-offs last week. There were some deep routes by him. He had a handsome YPRR, yards per route run, as well. I think he's a top 20 fantasy running back, and I indeed believe he's going to cash in handsomely over 2.5 receptions, as you agreed, at minus 135 there at BetMGM. Anything immediately catch your eye? Side, total, prop, maybe something you already fired a ticket off on, and Bills and Dolphins. Do share.
Yeah, this morning I actually gave out Tua over on completions. BetMGM had the best number at 21 in the hook. It's up to 140 now. I don't love drinking that juice, but now with the injuries out of the backfield with Mostert and Achane, I like that even more so. So again, don't love the juice, but I think the game script works well here. We saw Tua have 23 completions against Jacksonville. The attempts were there, which is always key for me with this kind of prop, 37. And we saw what he did last year, top 5 in completion percentage. Kyler Murray got 21 completions, and I think we can agree Tua has a few more weapons. So in terms of trying to avoid the injuries out of the backfield, I think they should lean on the passing game. I'll go Tua over completions.
All right, now for the reason people are here, let's get to the New England Patriots. The win total opened
Yeah,
at
let's get to
5.5.
that.
They immediately got hit. It closed at 4.5. Now they're 1-0. They beat the Bengals as 7.5-point dogs. Screw up a lot of survivor pools. Not mine, thank God. But now they're 3.5-point dogs against Seattle. So, one, can they cover the number, maybe even beat Seattle? And then what do you think about their win total at 4.5 now that they are 1-0?
Well, I'm not going to act like I didn't hear the slander from the both of you right before I came on here. So let's just point that one out. But I can't say I wasn't partaking in that slander before week 1. And I did have the Bengals in one of my survivor. That was before we found out about T. Higgins. So let me put it this way. Yes, I think the Patriots could cover. I gave them out as a moneyline dog on my show earlier this morning. Ooh. And it's not because I think the Patriots are going to be a great team. I don't think they're going to win a bunch of games, but I do think they're going to keep games close with 2 things: their run game and their defense. And Brad Evans probably is thinking right now, Claudia, you told everybody to fade Ramondre Stevenson on our show on Sunday. And that is true, but that's because I was being silly and I was overreacting to him having a down year last season. All of that craziness. You know what? I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong. The defense, huge. Okay, they limited the Bengals to just 70 yards rushing. The majority of the Seahawks production against the Broncos came on the ground. Big with Kenneth Walker. I know it's going to be a threat. I know the Seahawks defense is going to be a threat, but look at what the Patriots just did. They limited Joe Burrow in the passing game. Keon White stepped up big with 2.5 sacks. That was the worry, right? We don't have a left tackle. The pass rush is going to be without Matt Judon, Christian Barmore. They looked okay, guys. It was supposed to be one of the tougher games on the schedule. So, yeah, I think they'll cover. And I do think we should give them their flowers and expect a little bit more than we thought we'd get out of them.
Back to the Bengals real quick. 6-point dogs, now 5.5 actually against Kansas City. Joe Burrow didn't look great. Doesn't look like T. Higgins will be out there. I don't know what's up with Jamar Chase. What do you think about that one at Arrowhead? 5.5 points. Is that too many for Kansas City?
Man, I will lay a touchdown. I'll lay over a touchdown. I don't know why this number hasn't moved even more. I understand people think it'll be a bounce back, but Joe Burrow was playing with his wrist on the sidelines. That doesn't look good. You mentioned T. Higgins. That's not an offense that's anywhere ready near to keep up with Mahomes. And on top of that, the Chiefs only had 72 yards rushing in the win over the Ravens. Ramondre Stevenson just put up 120 yards on the Bengals. It should be a much better day for them on the ground, which will, of course, open up the passing game, which they don't even need. But it'll make them that much more of a threat. So, yes, fading the Bengals in this spot.